wasn't working with me. And to be honest, I was cooking. Hi there. I'm live. I'm live. All right, YouTube, you're here. Facebook, you're here. This is MS Live. This is a show where I'm just your host. I'm nothing more than a host. You guys are the stars. So you need to chat. Hi, Brandy. Please chat to support each other because I've got a lot to share with you. And I prayed before this so that I can direct this based on what your questions are and based on how you answer each other. Hi, Chris. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm late. I'm late. And part of the reason you don't see there is I was putting on my makeup there, and I stuck the eyeliner in the right eye, which is why it's red. And then hi, Brandy. And then I whatever. It was, and I contemplated about going on here and hosting the show with my makeup all messed up because I know you guys would laugh. It would make me more real. But anyway, so that is what's going on. Let me see if I can get this there. That's even better. So you're not so YouTube's not looking at the ceiling there. So anyway, how is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? I think about doing what's next, and I have I love you more there. Thank you. Smoke and mirrors. Yeah, Chris is saying that. You know what? It's think about how we are. It's not our image that is pretty. And I thought about that. I thought about it doesn't matter what I look like. I'm devoted to you. DZ not allowed. Let's see. You're having a Monday on this Tuesday. Thank you, Kim. Kim's with us. Kim is so I want to talk about following through. Okay, so think about God hi, Patty. God, when he chose the great David in the Bible, he went, all of his brothers were there, and the father, Jesse, lined up the boys, and the oldest brother, who was tall and dark and handsome, he says, this is king-like. This is who you have to have. And no, that's not it, right? Because God tells them it's not it. And he goes through all the brothers who were beautiful and handsome, and he says, don't you have any other sons? And he says, there's David, but David's short and scrawny, and he's a teenager. He's out there with the sheep, whatever. So they bring him out to David, and David, he didn't look beautiful, but he was it, because God sees the inside, and each one of you and each one of us are beautiful. The reason why you think I'm attractive is because you see the love I have in my heart, and it's true. It's true. We're all just a tool. I saw a sermon, and not to be Christian, about people contributing. Patty, about people contributing, and we all play a part. And I know with Jane and Chris and Karen and you guys and Gina and Richard and you guys slowly come in, and Kathy and Karen and Pat, y'all play a part in this disease, because I'm not an expert in MS, but each one of you, think about that. On YouTube, there's over 3,000. Hi, Dennis. There's only 3,000 subscribers, and Dennis is 3,000 subscribers. So if you have 3,000 people with MS, and you take all of their experiences, and including mine, and you add, I've had 37 years. Dennis, How long have you had MS? And Chris, how long? Add them all up. Add up. Put down. Type down on Facebook how long you've had MS. And it's all of your experiences contribute to making this smarter than any doctor, any neurologist, because through each other's experiences we're strong. I've never had the MS hug. And Sharia's had it for 23 years, and it's brilliant, Sharia, how you're able to. Gina, I had the leaky faucet. My bladder medication was not working. So, and I've gotten emails that some of you are wearing diapers and some of you are wearing tennis. What are the best? Tina, depends, that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, and Chris has had it since 98, and it's so you think about all these things. Gina heard on one of these MS Live situations, she emails me or private messages me, have you tried this medication? Well, I tried the 3 different medications. There's the nighttime medication. Kim's had it for 9 years. So add 9 to 23 to 98. Don't make me do the math, Chris. All right, it's I don't know, 22. Add all of that together, and that is it. So what was I just said? I was saying. So anyway, I forget what I was saying. So the bladder medication. So Gina emailed me. Have you tried this medication? I emailed my doctor, because everything you hear here, here's the disclaimer, anything you hear here from each other, from me, is not meant to try. It's meant to call your doctor and ask your doctor, is this something I should consider? Hi, Trent. So I called my neurourologist, and I'll talk about a neurourologist in a minute. A neurourologist specializes in bladder issues that are caused not because of your bladder having problems, but because you've got nerves that are not reacting correctly. There's medications for neuro bladder, and so to be honest. So Gina says, have you tried this? This is for neurobladder. And I emailed my neurourologist, who says, yeah, all right, we'll try that. And it worked. So that's what I'm saying. We're all part of this group. Now, if you're not, there's some of us, in fact, this pastor talked about being in a basket. There's some of us who have to be out in front. There's the doers, there's the support, there is the I don't know, behind the scenes. There is all of this, and I think about that, and I think just because I'm in front of the camera, I'm not detailed. I'm in front of the camera, and I can read all this stuff. MS Live has taught me to be humble. I used to believe that I thought that I had something important to say that you needed to hear. Now I realize that this MS Live, since March, I realize that you guys are the brilliant ones. You guys, so you help me. I all I can do is just 1 minute here. I got to turn off notifications on this laptop because I can't see. I can't see. Oh, I can see. All right. Turn off notifications. All right. So, hi, Tracy. can. Bluetooth is on. Notifications off. So we will not be disturbed. I forgot to take my phone or my home phone out. So so that's not good. So if somebody calls me during this time, all right. So this morning I woke up. What did you do? You can do what's next. What did you do yesterday? Did you just for today? I will present. I will wear something nice. I will be presentable. For today, this is the key to success in life, and that's whether you're depressed. The great thing about MS, if there is a great thing, is that it allows us to get over ourselves. Because we have to. We have no choice but to. We get to the end of ourselves. Only when we get to the end of ourselves can we think, all right, now what I thought was the meaning to life, the meaning to happiness, what the old said, you have a house with a white picket fence and 2.5 kids. I don't know how you have a kid, but 2 point, all this, and then you have a career and your husband is, but to be honest with you, that is the world's definition of happiness. What is it? And only when you're put up against something tragic, something so monumentally difficult, that you have to get over yourself. You can look at lunch. They say that only a man has come into himself when he plants a tree, a shade tree, that he'll never sit under. Are you there yet? If you're not there yet, you haven't had MS long enough, you haven't, I hate to say that, you've got to think. You got to think. All right. You're not falling enough. I've broken enough bones. I'm wearing a flexor patch there, anti-inflammatory, because I swam 3/4 of a mile yesterday, and I have to think, each time I was doing a stroke, and it kind of hurt, but it was my way of going for a long walk, and I kept thinking, it was cold out. Who am I doing this for? Right? Who do I swim for? And am I enjoying this? Am I enjoying? I don't even let myself ask that question, because exercise habits are for those of us who don't feel like doing things. Do I feel like flossing my teeth? Does anybody feel like flossing their teeth? No, but you have to. And I had a dentist that had a sign at the end of his seat that says, you don't have to floss all your teeth, just the ones you want to keep. Well, I thought, oh boy, I've had so many lessons about people who lost their teeth and problems. And thought, you know what? And I had braces. Those of you who knew me in high school, you knew I had metal in my mouth from when I was 7 years old up until I was a sophomore in high school, and I had the retainer. My mom got mad at me because my picture, if you look at that sophomore picture, my yearbook, you'll see I'm wearing a retainer. Why? I was so afraid. Hi, Rob. Rob, you saying that, Rob just said, he's on YouTube, he just said I put a smile on his face. Good morning, Susan. Susan, Hill's in the house, another Hill's in the house. That makes me happy. Yeah. All right, Chris, you're being funny. Chris is talking about vitamin D. Here, hi, Elaine. So she's talking about how vitamin D plays a role, and they have this vitamin D. Problem is that, and I can tell you from my mistakes, I love making mistakes because, all right, so vitamin D. And then there's the Cambria protocol that says you can't have enough vitamin D. So what did I do? I went out and I got D3. I got a lot of it. I started taking it. I took not boatloads. I took 2 pills at night with dinner. And so my neurologist at Johns Hopkins said, I'm going to get your D levels. Did a D level there, and I found out that my D level is a hormone. They can tell what you get naturally from the sun and what you take orally, supplementally. And let me tell you something. She says, I don't know what you're taking, but you need to stop taking it because it was off the chart. And you don't want that. And it could be too much vitamin D is bad. Google or search DuckDuckGo, whatever. Too much vitamin D, it's not good. So don't take vitamin D just because people say vitamin D is good for MS. Your neurologist, you ask your neurologist, hey, I hear vitamin D is good for MS. And ask your neurologist, say, should we check my vitamin D levels? What do you think my vitamin D levels? There are a number of people who have vitamin D levels. Hi, Nikki. Vitamin D levels that are just awful, that don't get outside, and MS has been contributed to when we were kids and growing up in certain areas, we didn't get enough sun. So vitamin D levels are low. Chris, did you have blood work done? So anybody who's watching on YouTube or on Facebook, Randy, that's fantastic. Randy's a mover, and he's one of these people in the spotlight there. He talks about toxicity. You can get vitamin D toxicity. So what you do is you get your blood levels tested. You talk to your neurologist and you say, don't just say, I heard on MS Live. I heard from each other. I heard from Randy. I heard from Dulci made this terrible mistake. I made more mistakes. I'll tell you another herbal mistake I made that was got me in a lot of trouble, and I'm going to tell you that. So before you take any supplement, know what you're taking. Here's another thing is magnesium. A lot of people will, especially with MS, will say, all right, I have cramps. And what do? We say, all right, well, you need more magnesium. The fact is that magnesium needs calcium in order to be absorbed. Those two have a symbiotic relationship. What did I do? I said, you know what? I researched the best magnesium supplements that you can get. The most easily absorbed, the ones that work for cramps, the ones that your brain need. I took this ultra magnesium. I was taking that, and when we did my blood levels, the neurologist called me up and said, "We got a serious problem here. We have a serious problem. You have no calcium. You have no calcium in your body. It's got to be a mistake because this is emergency stuff. Calcium is your body needs calcium." So she says, oh my gosh, it's this emergency. Go down and get your blood levels done. So I started thinking, because I love research, I know vitamins. I thought, wait a minute, I'm taking magnesium and no calcium, right? I believe that you're supposed to take twice as much calcium as magnesium. Yeah, I believe that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm not gospel. So what I did is I started taking just a boatload of calcium, waited for 2 days, and went down and got my blood work taken, and it was normal. God, and I let the neurologist know. I said, you know what, I was herbally taking care of myself with vitamins and minerals, doing what everybody with MS, prescriptions for nutritional healing. Remember that book? That book early on. Hi, Jane. Anyway, so following these herbal medications can be, or vitamins and stuff, can be dangerous if you don't balance it. So it's good to get your chem levels checked, or talk to your doctor about doing the chem levels, and ask about supplementing. Hi, Jim. So you can't, so you don't do my mistakes. I took vitamin D without getting the blood work. It's bad, and I was toxic. As Randy said, I was at that toxic level. There, let me see. I took magnesium, took a huge amount of magnesium, sapped out all the calcium in my bones. Yeah, why not? Why not? You don't need calcium. You don't need stupid. Don't. All right. So every mistake I have, you guys get to benefit from. So make sure that you talk to your doctor. Let me see. Hi, Mohammed. All right. So let's see. Sharia just said I can't post on YouTube. All right. So what you're gonna do, Sharia, is Susan Hill on Facebook. If you can, Susan, Sharia needs some help. She can't post on YouTube anymore, so she's in YouTube jail. And I don't know what you did to get back in here. Jane, I don't know whether you help. So I want to talk about yeah. So everybody here, what you need to know is that Sharia loves you, and she misses posting, but she can't post. She can see us on TV, but and she can see this. All right, Chris. Chris had her blood levels taken, and her levels said she was low on vitamin D. And again, if you have prescription vitamin D, then your doctor knows what he's doing. I like to be involved in my blood work. So when I get the blood work, whenever you get blood work, ask the people taking the blood, the lab, to send you a copy of the blood work. It is good. Chris, Sharia, Chris says hi. But anyway, ask. So you have a copy of this. In that, they also email you sometimes, and you can see the you can see the past results there. So this is what Jane said, Sharia. You have to delete your YouTube account, Sharia, and create a new one. Susan, is that what you did? Is that what you did? Dean, you're here. Hi, Patricia. So, all right. So, we were talking back to everything. Yeah, Susan deleted everything and resubscribed under just a new account. So, you haven't come to the end of yourself. You haven't had something drastic that you can benefit from, some loss. I believe that everybody has to have a loss to really figure out the meaning of life. Dina, let you know, my mom and her husband Walter moved up here from Florida, and they were here 9 months. And last Monday, not yesterday, last Monday, Walter had a massive stroke and died. So it makes you think. It makes you think about these things. So getting over yourself, and MS is a chance to get over yourself. A death, bankruptcy, loss of a job, loss of a spouse. All these things are an opportunity to get introspected as well. I identified. Hi, Trina. Oh my goodness, that was my last name before, Schulze. I was Dulci Schulze for about 7 years. And so here is the thing. I had read. I read that a man doesn't come, or a woman. No, we don't come to the end of ourselves. We don't start thinking about the meaning of life until we are able to remove ourselves from it. And that's planting the shade tree that you'll never sit under. That's just think about that. Let that wash over. Planting a shade tree, like an oak tree, planting it, and you'll never sit underneath the shade. But somebody, I always I like the philosophy of buying a house and leaving it better. I put a new roof. It was a permanent roof on my husband and I did on our house, and we built a screen room. There, somebody's going to sit back there and love the heck out of it. It's a lifetime warranty on this roof. How exciting is it to leave the world better than when you came here? Now it's when, hi Anthony, when you have something like MS, when you have been diagnosed with MS, you are smack face with a situation that you have to acknowledge. I think about that. You have to acknowledge, and you have to go through the loss, the steps of loss. You think, Sharia, you're on. You made the jump. Okay, that's wonderful. So you have to go through it. And I think about the loss. You have to mourn yourself. You think, it's just because I have MS and I had this terrible thing happen. I lost my job. I lost my spouse. My spouse left me. My spouse cheated on me. Whatever. All these, I can't walk anymore. I can't. All these things happen, and it's time to mourn. It's time to cry. It's time to acknowledge the fact that life isn't going the way you thought it was going to go, and that you hoped it would go. And some people actually get mad and say God doesn't exist. Or only a hateful God would allow terrible things like this to happen to good people. God allows bad things to happen. Hi, Rich. He allows bad things to happen so that out of it, things he loves can come from it. Things he loves. If Romans 8:28 says all things work together for good for those called according to his purpose, then if we can look at these losses, look at these events that make us sad, then we can get out of ourselves and say, well, no matter where you are, there you be. There you be. I'm sitting on the couch and I can't walk, and I'm thinking I can't get off the couch. But tonight is trivia night, and I'm supposed to go over to my friend's house, and I'm responsible for dessert. And I'm thinking, I don't want to make dessert. I don't want to make dessert. And I said I was making a coconut cream custard, toasted with toasted. And I thought, I don't want to do that. I can't walk. But you know what? get over yourself. And guess what? Guess it's like flossing your teeth. You don't want to do it, and you go in the kitchen and pull out the bowls, and all of a sudden I start mixing things, and after 20 minutes it's done. And I doubled the recipe, and here's the great thing: I made 2 servings. So, and now I'm a foodie, so now I'm going to let it cool. I even made some homemade sourdough bread. I thought, well, while it's out, and remember I said my husband got me somebody to come over and clean the house. There, he says, well, why don't you wait until the cleaning lady disinfects the kitchen and then cleans it? I say, heck no, I'm going to, because when I cook, I get the flour on the ceiling. The flour's all over. So the flour, the milk, the coconut milk, the coconut, everything's all over. And they're coming. She's coming. She goes, I cleaned it, disinfected. I used the vinegar. Everything's disinfected. But she's going to come and get every nook and cranny and wash the front of the counters and stuff. The good thing is that just for today, I will do what I can. I have to. Who was I swimming for yesterday? 3/4 of a mile. Who was I swimming for? I was thinking, who am I swimming for? I was swimming because it was next. I didn't even ask myself, am I enjoying this? I just swim. In fact, I swim too far because I really, yeah. No, I'm a foodie. I cook. You know what? Jane is saying that you can go out and buy a box of dessert or stuff like that. But I'm a foodie. Believe it or not, I don't even. I won't even go to. We rarely go out for dinner, and the reason why, and I know this sounds haughty. It sounds stuck up there, but I have such a judgmentalness whenever I go out to a restaurant. The food has to taste better than I can cook, and granted, nobody can make a peanut butter and jelly. If I make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it doesn't taste as good as somebody else makes it for me. But I'll tell you, last night we made a Paula Deen's pork chop recipe. My mom came over. It was outstanding. It was better than getting something at the restaurant. It was better. Now I wanted to tell you that I was on the phone with somebody who is older that refuses to exercise and is deteriorating. He's older. He's deteriorating. And I thought, so I said to this person, I can't talk right now. I'm so tired and I have to go to the gym. Well, this person said to me, why are you going to the gym if you're so, hi, Betty Joe. I love you. I'm Michael. So this person on the phone said, why are you going to the gym if you're so tired? You're tired. You're tired. Go to bed. And it's like flossing your teeth. Why am I going to the gym? Well, use it or lose it. I don't want to, but I'll tell you, the cardio, the strength that you get. And I actually went. I did some back exercise. I did some tricep, some strength training, and yeah, you make me smile. Like Rob says, Rob, you make me smile every time. Yeah. All right, I've got to say that to the guy who I was talking to on the phone. So he says, I choose to live it my way. I'm not going to drink water. I'm going to eat hydrogenated foods. I'm going to clog up my. Everybody has a right to live the way live, but there's consequences, and I've had MS for 37 years now. I've been on so many medications, and I think I'd be a vegetable. I just spent way too much money on NAC acetylcysteine, which has been proven now. There's studies that say that it helps your cognitive function if you have MS. Hi, Paul. Alpha lipoic acid. It helps people with MS. It helps that shrinking of your brain when you have MS for a long time. So I just renewed that. Vitamin B supplement. It's help with sleep and stress and that stuff. Let's see, the turmeric, ginger, curcumin with black pepper. I got that. It's good anti-inflammatory stuff. It's food stuff. You can't really OD on that, and that's good. So I get all these things. Osteobioflex because I've got arthritis and everything hurts. I've got arthritis in this thumb. Oh my God. It's like, oh my gosh, it's ruining my life. So I think about, we all have our issues. What should we do? Swimming is good for us. But you know what? If you don't want to swim, if you're able to do the elliptical trainer, if you're able to walk on the treadmill, they've discovered that studies have shown that people with MS do better when we exercise. Guess what? The person I was talking on the phone that said, older people who say on the telephone to me, I'm not going to work out. I'm stuck. And they don't have MS. And all of a sudden they're deteriorating. It's like, and they're older. They're like 20, 30 years older than you. And you're like, I got to go to the gym. And they say, but you're too tired. You're too tired to talk. How could you go to the gym? It's like, I don't have the choice. I don't use it or lose it, right? Paul, you attest. Paul is my sister-in-law's father. Love you, Paul. And Paul is so athletic, and he is, he is old enough to be my older brother. I think about that. You started young, Paul. You started young. But he puts fitness first, and it's brilliant. He's able-bodied. He doesn't have MS. But guess what? I go in and I talk to these people at the gym. And guess what? Yesterday, there was only 4 of us in the pool. It was outside. It was 60 degrees. The wind was blowing. There's only 4 of us in the pool. And people, able-bodied people walk around. I'm not going outside. I'm not going. It's cold out there. The sun was burning. Yeah. So you have an option. I don't have the option. And the colder the air is out, actually, it's harder to get in the pool when it's 60 degrees than when it's 40 degrees and blowing. Because I'll tell you, when it's 40 degrees and the wind's blowing, thank God they're not putting the dome over the pool. Because when it's 40 degrees and the wind's blowing, you get in that pool faster than like bees. It could be killer bees are trying to sting you, and if you're from Medford, when a horsefly comes after you, you dive in the lake to get away from that. That's kind of like it when it's ice cold out. The pool is nice and warm, so. But it's the way I can walk, the way I get my heart rate up. It is lifting weights, heavy. I lift heavy, and I did some lat pull downs. I did some rows. The great thing is, did I want to? Did I want to? Did I? The guy on the telephone I was talking to says, you should. You should go to bed. That's him telling me. Yeah. You should go to bed. I can't go to bed. I got to leave it at the gym. If we have an MS, raindrops make oceans. If you can't get to the gym, if this you're for whatever reason, if you get free weights, raindrops make ocean. Every time you walk through the living room where the free weights are, you do a set of maybe 5 bicep curls, and if you look on YouTube, if you subscribe, you'll see I have lots of videos about exercise. I recommend and look at for somebody else, because again, we're all just tools and God's great thing. Just move, use it or lose it. There's let's see. Hi, Marie. Hi. Okay. What I said with cognitive function. Let me close that out. All right. Cognitive function is NAC. NAC. Nancy Alpha Charlie. And what it is it is acetylcysteine. And again, look, if you go to msfrontiers.org and look at the supplements, I believe it's there. Let's see. So somebody's talking about Betty Joe. Betty Joe says, all right, yeah, absolutely. Betty Joe was set back because she had breast cancer, and removing that muscle, it can be hard. 5 pounds repetitive, but it's not about lifting heavy. It's just about putting pressure on the bones, right? It reverses the polarity of the bone. Therefore, when you take calcium, it gets absorbed. So it's not about lifting heavy. It's about lifting. And again, raindrops make oceans. If you can somehow just lift those 5 pounds, Betty Joe, just lift it every once in a while. Lift you know how when we owned a gym, what one of our trainers used to say is, for those people who don't like lifting weights, start with a can of soup. Start curling cans of soup. But all right, I can't see because let's see, I'm getting notifications, even though I said notifications. Gina's here. Oh my God, Gina. I'll let you know that I was talking about you, so you're going to have to go back and watch the whole thing, because I was talking about how awesome you are. How awesome. All right, let me see. I got sidetracked. I'm trying to see what's going on. All right. So, okay, getting over yourself, doing what's next, doing something even though you don't want to, giving yourself permission to mourn your loss. I think about Walter dying last Monday, and somebody had said that he'd be mad if any of us were suffering. And I think about people who are diagnosed with MS, and people get mad at you. Why are you crying? You look great. You look great. Yeah, you know what? Hi, Stacy. Because you know what? We have. I think there's love in crying for things that aren't going to be. And they say that mourning, and this is true with MS. Mourning the loss of somebody, the loss of a job, loss of, it doesn't matter. Mourning. Say breast cancer. Say mourning a mastectomy. Mourning is missing the future that it's not going to be there. And everybody Hi, Phil. Everybody who is up against something, who has lost something that is redefining who they are in this world. Uh, it's blessed to mourn. It's blessed to cry because there's love in those tears. There's love in you have to acknowledge that your future is not the way you had hoped it was going to be. It just tears you apart. You think about that. Some of us can't breathe, and it's like, how can I think about the future when I can't breathe? That's why suicide. People are killing themselves. It's crazy because you have to sit with your tears and find the love in the tears, and just sit there with the love, and realize, all right, I'm mourning a future that's not going to be. I'm missing the experiences with daddy, borrowing the T-Bird and stuff, that Thunderbird. And those of you who've seen that, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss the like, it just, and we have the T-Bird now. The T-Bird was given to us, but I'd rather Walter be alive and have the T-Bird and have that interaction, have that, it just have somebody who loves this T-Bird. You've been diagnosed with MS. You've gone through something terrible. You miss it. It's good to miss, because only when you miss something and you can recognize your future life is without this event that identifies yourself. Can you reinvent yourself? Can you realize that only when you are faced with the fact that something that you love is not going to be there, your abilities is not going to be, hi, you give me a thumbs up, Fabio, you're awesome. Only when you get to that point can you plant a shade tree that you're not going to sit under in your lifetime. The future only can you look outside of yourself. Can you be a loving person to somebody despite your suffering? Do I want MS? Do I wake up and there's a saying, do I wake up in the morning and say, good God, it's morning? Or do I wake up in the morning and say, good God, it's morning? Good God, it's morning. Oh my gosh, it's morning. How am I gonna? My husband says, how you doing today? He says, yeah. And I said, I'm gonna get through today. I'm gonna get through today. And he says, I know you will. I said, tonight we've got dessert and we're gonna go to trivia night and it's gonna be nice. And he says, yeah, then we have tomorrow. And I said, oh my God, somebody he threw tomorrow at me. I said, oh, you mean I have to do it again tomorrow? It's scary stuff. Forget about tomorrow. Let's live, what's next, right? What's next was doing this MS Live, is talking to you. It's thinking about how can I get above myself, over myself. All right, do what's next. I swam yesterday, so I don't have to swim today. I gotta go back to eating. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's doesn't matter. But hi, Tommy. So you get over yourself. You do what you should do, not because you want to do it, right? Who wants to get out of bed and put on something nice, right? Look at who wants to fix their hair and shower, and because what do we do when we have MS? When we're not feeling well, we tend to isolate ourselves. We tend to do social media. We tend to reach out that way. We don't go out. And that's why I belong to the gym. I go out because there's sicker people in the world than many of us. Even if we have primary progressive MS, even if I found out my former sister-in-law just died of MS. She just died. She just died. Now I had MS longer than her, but she wasn't very nice to me. But I'll let you know, when I was first married, and they knew that I was diagnosed with MS, they were a little horrified. I had lost weight. And they weren't real solicitative of me. Well, I ended up being divorced from my ex-husband, and this gal who was my sister-in-law, who was never supportive of me, and she got diagnosed with MS after I didn't have any conversation. So my ex-husband and my parents, I said, carry on a friendship with this person. Found out she was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of primary progressive, and she had it for, I guess, 12 years. She just died. And how to learn sympathy. All of a sudden, I know that at some point she and my ex brother-in-law couldn't help. There's at some point they couldn't think about that. They thought about how they treated me with the disease, with the, they had to, right? They had to, and I should. There's a German word. It's called Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude is a pleasure at a friend's misery. It's a terrible thing, and a side of me, the old me, old me was like, yeah, she's at least got MS. Serves her right, But honestly, I'm so sad. Yes, MS. The side effects of MS. She might have gotten infection. I don't know the details. Didn't really ask. I heard it through gossip there about you, Lisa. But honestly, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that she went through this. I don't care how she was towards me. She was made perfect in God's image, right? She was made, and we're made to see that we're made to see. Now, I started YouTube late, so I'm going to go for a full 60 minutes. And Facebook, same thing. I'm gonna carry you on for another eight minutes because you guys deserve them. So again, they say, I don't want equal, equal. But again, if you don't have this aggressive MS, remember they used to call it malignant MS back in the 90s. Some people got this disease and just kept getting sick until they died. If you don't have that, if you are challenged with lots of attacks. I had such an active, aggressive MS. I still have a secondary progressive with relapses. I'm still on a medication to keep me from having attacks. But the secondary progressive, when your body, you got to come back. It's like coming back from a stroke. How do you do that? Well, if you can't walk on the treadmill, which I stopped being able to walk on the treadmill or do the elliptical. Hi, Brandy. Once you stop doing that, allow the possibilities of doing something else. There is a trike, a 3-wheel trike that has an electric motor you can get. It's called Liberty Trike. Liberty. Liberty is in the Statue of Liberty, trike.com. So you can look at that. I bought one. So I've got a trike. I can ride my trike. I can swim. I can lift weights. And if I don't have the energy to go and lift weights to walk I can use the scooter to get there. I will let you know. I did a video on YouTube, so if you look at my channel and you look at HFAD, that is hip flexor assisted device. I got this to enable me to walk. When my hip flexor failed, years and years ago. Now, if I want to walk, I can actually, I don't have to sit in a wheelchair. I don't have to sit in a scooter. I can put this hip flexor assisted device. It wraps around, velcros around my waist, and it's got bungee cords that go along the sides of my weak leg, and it goes behind. It's got something that goes behind my knee. It's like and it bends that knee, so it forces. And then what it does is that I put a zip tie on the end of it to lift up my toe. So when I go to step forward, the bungee works as the hip flexor. It pulls, and then there's that pad behind the knee, makes that knee bend, and the zip tie pulls up that toe. So I can actually, if I'm not wearing that, I can't walk. I trip over that left foot that's got that foot drop. But if I'm wearing that, I believe it or not, I walk around a mile walk around the block, and I'm going to do that. And there's hills. I'm going to do that today. Today's my walking day. So anyway, what I want to tell you is, just because you have something that affects you, just because you have MS, just because it's not fun to be, the word is challenged every day. And I think about people with MS. If you're like me, before you were diagnosed with MS, you liked the challenge of doing something that was hard to do. I like the challenge. I like things that were tough. It's like doing push-ups. Somebody says do 10 push-ups and you do 15 just because you're ornery. And that's just I was like that. Now I got MS there. I have to sit back and say, do I have? I must have loved. Be careful what you wish for. I like to challenge. Well, life is a challenge. So step up to it, right? Let's all step up to it. Let's encourage each other. Love you guys. All right. So, because we're coming towards the end of me being on this, I just want to tell you, if you're on YouTube and you like what this is going on there, subscribe to my channel. Trina, I saw that you sent me a friend request. I will be accepting that. In fact, I can do that right now. You can go to msfrontiers.org and subscribe. I would say see all the resources we have for you. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I just saw all these people who are friended me. So go to msfrontiers.org, see the resources we have for you. Go to the YouTube channel and let's see here. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to that, and you'll get an email notifying when we go live. And there's a live. I thank you for being with us today, Susan and Gina and Chris and Jane and Randy and oh my gosh, I just think, and Rob, I love you all. Thank you for being part of this. There, just because I'm in front of the camera doesn't mean that you're not as important as me. Just because you're, and Frank, you guys know Frank. Frank's over here on YouTube. So again, help each other, and thank you, Lord, for helping me to speak. I can't believe I've spoken for a full hour, and I had no idea what I was going to talk about. But I prayed that. So what what I'd like you to do is go to MS Frontier. You can subscribe, follow me, subscribe to my channel. If you have not accepted, if you don't know the love of Jesus Christ, if you don't know that, I have to say that I'm not. I'm not proselytizing. I'm just saying that's who defines me. And that's why I do this for volunteer. I do this non-pro. It's all of this is in service of God who loves you. You don't have to believe in God for God to believe in you. And so a lot of atheists say, "Show me a miracle, and I'll believe in God." God says, "Believe in me, and I'll show you that I'm in everything. I'll show you the miracles." It's amazing. Anyway, I love you all. I can see God working in this, and I thank God. So, all you have to do to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior is say, "God, I know the way I've been doing it is not working. I can't even fathom planting a shade tree that I'll never sit under, and I want to use this loss I've had to come to the end of myself and see the purpose of life there. So I know that I'm a sinner, and I know you're my Savior. I know I have to get to the end of myself, and the way I can get to my end of myself is just accepting you, accepting the blood, the free gift of eternal life that you offer there. Please be my friend, be my Savior, and show me the light. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. May God bless you. May God keep you. May He shine His face upon you. May He be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you His peace. Thank you, and I will see you. What day is today? Oh, I'll see you on Thursday. Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So God bless you, and I'll see you on Thursday. All right. I got to end stream. Thank you, Frank. Okay.